Now, when you come resilience, and you have heard we are talking of numbers, but we're also saying that there are some other issues like behavior, the importance of quality data. This was already mentioned. So what I would like to ask Dan Maxwell, who is a professor at the Tufts University and who is chairing the quality and subjective cluster, is first of all, because I mean these words are used somehow interchangeably. If you can enlighten us a bit of what you mean by qualitative, what you mean by subjective, and how these things can be factored into resilience management.
Thanks. Are we using these, or it's okay? Okay. You caught yourself just in time, Luca. I was about to catch you out by when you said that measurement equals numbers. Measurement sometimes equals numbers, and sometimes there are things that are hard to capture with numbers. I think it's fairly clear that the backbone of measurement for resilience, when we get around to deciding exactly what it is and how one measures it, the backbone of that measurement and estimation model is going to be numeric. It's going to be quantitative. But there are some things that are very difficult to understand in their entirety in strictly numeric or quantitative form. And there's also this long-standing question about whether data is objective or subjective. And we hope that by sticking these two things in the same sort of working group does not end up meaning that they're equated with each other. There can be subjective quantitative data, things like Likert scales, people's views about things. A very common application in this business would be to get the subjective perspective of people who are subjected to shocks about the severity of those shocks, or people who are subjected to, or the intended clientele of interventions to bolster resilience about the impact of those interventions. Qualitative information, on the other hand, is something that is described in terms of words, not easily described in terms of numbers. And I think one of the big challenges that we have is how we go about integrating these two different kinds of information. But for example, some of the things that we've talked about over the last 48 hours, or am I losing track of time? No, yeah, 36 hours, I guess. Are things like power relations, things like social connectedness, things like behavior change, etc. And while we're doing our best to think of ways to quantify those things and incorporate them into quantitative estimation models, a lot of our understanding of these things is still best understood as descriptive and often after the fact. And I think one of the big challenges is how do we incorporate these things into estimation models that are, first of all, quantitative and secondly, predictive.